Hello ladies and welcome to the channel. You can't control a storm and you certainly can't tame a force of nature. When it comes to a Sigma female, this truth is undeniable. She's not a follower, not a conformist, and definitely not someone you can toy with. Independent, fiercely intelligent, and unapologetically self-sufficient, the Sigma female stands in a class of her own. Her presence commands attention without effort, and her demeanor sends a clear message. She's a paradox of intensity and calm, a mystery few can unravel, and that's exactly why you'll never see her coming. Ready to understand why the Sigma female is a game you simply can't win? Buckle up, because this is where the rules you know no longer apply. Number 1. She makes her own rules. Good luck trying to control her. A Sigma female doesn't follow anyone else's rules, she makes her own. She's not interested in fitting into anyone's mold or living up to someone else's expectations. Trying to control her is like trying to hold water in your hands. It will slip through your fingers no matter how tight your grip. What makes her different is that she doesn't rebel for the sake of rebellion. She simply operates by her own standards, and those standards don't bend to fit someone else's vision. If you try to dominate her or manipulate the situation, you'll quickly realize that the usual tactics don't work. She's not going to be swayed by pressure, charm, or authority. In fact, the moment you try to exert control, she's already several steps ahead, outthinking and outmaneuvering you. Her independence is non-negotiable, and anyone who tries to take that away is going to lose, not her. She's not playing hard to get. She's simply not available for the games others are used to playing. Number 2, your opinion of her is irrelevant, and that's terrifying. A Sigma female doesn't care what you think of her, and that alone is enough to throw most people off balance. In a world where so many thrive on validation and approval, she moves differently. Your praise won't lift her, and your criticism won't bring her down. It's unsettling because you can't use social norms or judgment to control or influence her behavior. She's immune to the opinions of others, which makes her incredibly hard to predict or manipulate. This level of self-assurance is intimidating because it strips away one of the most common tools people use to maintain control: criticism or flattery. With her, neither works. She's focused on her own path, and the noise of what others think is just that, noise. Her confidence doesn't come from external sources, so trying to sway her with your opinion is like shouting into the wind. It doesn't matter. And when you realize your opinion has no impact, it's both fascinating and unnerving. You're left grappling with the fact that nothing you say will change how she sees herself or what she chooses to do. Number 3, emotional blackmail, good luck. She's emotionally self-sufficient. Emotional manipulation is a tool many people rely on to get what they want, but with a Sigma female, it's useless. She doesn't need anyone else to validate her feelings or provide emotional support because she's built an inner strength that runs deep. She's emotionally self-sufficient in a way that most people can't even begin to understand. If you try to guilt-trip her, play the victim, or twist her emotions to suit your needs, she won't bite. What makes her stand out is that she's fully aware of her emotional landscape. She knows what triggers her, what grounds her, and most importantly, how to handle her own feelings without needing someone else to fix them for her. This emotional independence isn't cold or detached. It's just that she refuses to let anyone else control her mood or state of mind. She's centered, and because of that, any attempt to destabilize her emotionally will fall flat. She doesn't play along with emotional drama, and the moment she sees someone trying to use her feelings as leverage, she'll step away without hesitation. Number 4, she's all about actions, not words. Empty promises don't work here. A Sigma female doesn't fall for words, she watches actions. Promises, sweet talk, and grand declarations won't mean a thing to her unless they're backed up by what you actually do. She's not easily impressed by smooth lines or empty assurances because she's seen too many people talk big and deliver nothing. To her, words without action are just noise. She listens, but she doesn't put any stock in what people say unless they follow through. What really sets her apart is that she's always paying attention. She'll notice if you say one thing and do another, and the moment she catches that inconsistency, you've lost her trust. She values integrity and accountability above all. So if you're not showing up in the way you claim you will, she'll move on without a second thought. It's not that she's cold or unforgiving. She just doesn't have time for people who don't back up their words with actions. For her, it's simple. If you can't show it, you don't mean it. Number 5. She sees through manipulation like it's child's play. A Sigma female can see through manipulation like it's the most obvious thing in the world. While others might get tangled up in mind games, she's already 10 steps ahead, spotting the signs before you even realize you're showing them. She's not easily fooled because she's deeply in tune with how people operate. She understands human behavior on a level most people can't even begin to grasp. And this makes manipulation laughable to her. It's not just intuition. It's a blend of intelligence, experience, and a no-nonsense approach to relationships. She can sense when someone is trying to pull strings or push her buttons, and the second she detects it, she'll either call it out or walk away. There's no room for trickery in her world, and any attempt to deceive or play her will only backfire. The irony is, by the time you've laid out your plan, she's already seen through it, leaving you with no power over her. She knows the game better than anyone else, and the reality is she's not interested in playing it at all. Number 6. She's not here to fix you. Your issues are your own. A Sigma female isn't here to fix you. She's not your emotional crutch, your therapist, or the person who's going to solve your problems for you. If you come to her with baggage, she'll expect you to carry it yourself. She's got her own life to navigate and her own goals to pursue, and she's not interested in taking on the role of caretaker in someone else's emotional mess. It's not that she's heartless or uncaring. It's just that she knows that growth comes from within. She's put in the work to handle her own issues, and she expects the same from others. She won't tolerate anyone looking to offload their problems onto her or expecting her to fix things they aren't willing to deal with themselves. If you're not taking responsibility for your own life, she's not going to stick around to pick up the pieces. Her time and energy are too valuable to be wasted on someone who's not willing to meet her on equal ground. Number 7. She's unimpressed by power plays and alpha antics. A Sigma female couldn't care less about power plays or alpha antics. She's not impressed by displays of dominance or attempts to prove superiority because none of that matters in her world. She operates outside of those dynamics. While others are busy jockeying for position, she's focused on her own path, entirely unaffected by the drama. What makes her different is that she doesn't measure success by how much control she has over others. She values personal power, the kind that comes from self-mastery, not from trying to exert influence over someone else. So when you come at her with alpha behavior, trying to establish some hierarchy or show off your authority, she won't even blink. It doesn't register because that's not the game she's playing. She's operating on a level where true strength comes from within, and external power struggles are just noise. You can push and posture all you want, but to her it's irrelevant, and that's what makes her impossible to control or manipulate. Number 8. Zero tolerance for games. She cuts you off without flinching. A Sigma female has absolutely no tolerance for games. The moment she senses dishonesty, manipulation, or drama, she'll cut you off without hesitation. There's no slow fade, no long conversations, no endless second chances. She won't waste her time trying to figure out your intentions or make excuses for your behavior. Once she's decided you're not being real with her, she's done, and that decision is final. What sets her apart is how quickly she moves on. She doesn't get caught up in emotional back and forths or cling to people who aren't good for her. It's not about being cold. It's about knowing her worth and not tolerating anything less than honesty and respect. If you play games, she'll see it, and before you even realize what's happening, she'll be gone, leaving you wondering how things ended so fast. For a Sigma female, life is too short to deal with people who don't bring authenticity to the table, and she won't flinch when it's time to walk away. Number 9. She masters the art of strategic distance. A Sigma female excels at using strategic distance to her advantage. She's not about avoiding people or shying away from conflicts. Instead, she employs distance as a way to gain clarity and maintain control. By stepping back when needed, she can observe situations with a clear head, free from the emotional fog that often clouds judgment. This calculated separation allows her to evaluate relationships and interactions from a place of objectivity. It's a deliberate move to ensure that she's not drawn into unnecessary drama or manipulative tactics. She understands that sometimes being too close to a situation or person can blur boundaries and compromise her autonomy. Her mastery of this distance means she can engage on her own terms, making sure that her decisions are based on her true intentions rather than emotional reactions. It's a way of preserving her mental space and ensuring that any involvement she has is genuinely worthwhile. This strategic use of distance sets her apart, allowing her to navigate relationships with a level of detachment that others often find perplexing but deeply effective. In a world full of pretenses and manipulative tactics, the Sigma female stands as a powerful anomaly. Her independence, emotional resilience, and unwavering commitment to authenticity make her a force you can't easily navigate or control. Her detachment from societal games and power struggles ensures that she operates on her own terms, leaving no room for deceit or empty promises. Engaging with her is not a matter of playing by conventional rules. It's about matching her level of self-assurance and integrity. If you attempt to play games or manipulate, you'll find that she's already moved on, leaving you to grapple with the realization that she's simply out of reach. Understanding and respecting her unique stance is the key to genuinely engaging with her. But stepping outside of those bounds means you're in a game you'll likely never win. If you found this insight into the Sigma female intriguing, don't miss out on more content like this. Hit that subscribe button to stay updated with our latest videos and dive deeper into understanding powerful personalities and unique perspectives. Join us on this journey and never miss a beat.